press briefing. As we had indicated in the notice, the chairperson of the commission would address us, and at some point, the chief electoral officer will also give some remarks. Without further ado, let me now turn to the chief electoral officer to invite the chairperson of the commission to address us.
Good morning, members of the press. Before I invite the chairperson to address us, allow me to introduce the members of the Electoral Commission who are also here present as the chairperson will be addressing the press. Furthest left is Commissioner.
Good morning, everybody.
Next to him is Commissioner Ambassador Mtiti.
Good morning.
And next to her is Commissioner General Vincent Kanda.
Good morning.
And
Yes. Yes.
No, we are behind the camera.
yes, as Patricia indicated, his colleagues of management who are in the meeting this morning, who will not, I think, as and when the program continues, they will be able to introduce themselves as we address questions probably thereafter. My name is Brown Casaro, the Chief Electoral Officer. It's now my singular honor to invite the chairperson of the Electoral Commission of Zambia. This is my
Members of the commission, and we value your services, as we cannot do this without you. So we are very grateful. We acknowledge the important role you play in the dissemination of information of our programs in the electoral process. Allow me to begin by welcoming you all to this brief, and also acknowledge the valuable support you continue to render to the Commission in disseminating information to the public. Your partnership remains a key pillar in ensuring that citizens across the country are well informed and encouraged to participate in the ongoing mass registration of voters exercise. You may recall that the Commission commenced mass registration of voters on 13th of October 2025 and held its first press briefing on 21st of October 2025, during which we provided an update on the conduct of phase 1 of the voter registration exercise. At that time, the Commission assured the nation that we will continue to provide regular updates as the exercise progresses. Today, we are here to brief the nation on the conduct of phase 2 of the exercise, and also to brief you on the emerging issues. The Commission wishes to begin by acknowledging concerns raised by stakeholders regarding the ongoing voter registration exercise, including those expressed by His Excellency, as you know, is a major stakeholder in this, the Republican President, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema. Various political party leaders also have raised concerns, traditional leaders and civil society. We take note of any issue that is raised in this process, in the ongoing process, and we document everything and we attend to what people are raising. In this respect, some leaders of opposition, political parties, and these political parties visited us this weekend, and this was the Socialist Party, United Liberal Party, New Heritage Party, Citizens First, People's Alliance for Change, and the Zambia We Want. These requested to meet the Commission the Commission met with these political party leaders. Their leaders came with their management on Saturday, 25th of October, 2025, to discuss, among other things, the ongoing mass registration of voters. The meeting yielded quite a fruitful discussion, some of which will be addressed during this press brief. Let me now address the stakeholders' concerns that we've taken note of. And we are still taking note of any stakeholder concerns that are raised. The first one is inadequate sensitization on the deployment plan. The Commission has taken note of concerns regarding which centers are open on any given day and when the officers are transitioning from one phase to another. The stakeholders believe that there's not enough information to inform the public which center is open and when they're transitioning from one place to another, despite the fact that there are signs and synergies there at all these centers. However, the concerns were raised and we've taken note of that. To this effect, the Commission has since enhanced its efforts to inform the public on centers that are open on any given day. This includes the engagement of Zambia News and Information Services, ZANIS, to complement existing publicity efforts through the use of public address system in urban, peri-urban, and rural areas, cutting across townships, markets, and bus stops, or popularly known as bus stations. The second concern which has been raised is equipment challenges. The Commission is pleased to report that despite which you might call breakdown or temporary setback, it experienced very few incidences of malfunctioning kits in phase 2 of the registration exercise. The Commission wishes to state that in phase 2, out of the over 2,000 kits deployed throughout the country, only 1% were attended to and are working smoothly. In order to promptly address technical issues that may arise on these kits, the Commission has further established provincial level support framework to complement the existing constituency district level support. Let me amplify on this one. At every district, there's a group of professionals who are attending to these kids when there's a malfunction. This is also graduated to constituency level. So every constituency in the country has technical support services, a technical support officer attending to these kids. Now, what has been introduced is a provision so that they can oversee what is happening at the constituency level, at the district level, and at province. The third one is voter registration period and calls for extension. The Commission notes observations by various stakeholders that the 30 days allocated for the exercise is short and the calls to the extension of the voter registration period. This is calling for the extension of the voter registration period. It was very interesting to note that after we launched the voter registration exercise, the following day, an extension was being asked for. So we thought, well, I think let's see where we are going before we can actually start discussing about the extension. Stakeholders may wish to note that it is too early in the process to make such a determination. Let's wait and see what is going to be yielded. Let's wait and see the figures that we're going to obtain. However, the Commission continues to closely monitor the exercise and appropriate decisions will be made based on data and operational realities. The fourth one is national registration cards. This has been a concern of the stakeholders, and various stakeholders have called upon the Commission to collaborate with the Ministry of Home Affairs for simultaneous issuance of NRCs and voters' cards. The Commission is continuing to engage the Ministry of Home Affairs to explore practical measures to address the challenges being experienced by some citizens who are yet to obtain their NRCs. The fifth one is accreditation. Political parties have requested the Commission to extend the period of accreditation to observe the ongoing registration of voters exercise. The Commission has since extended accreditation to 31st of October 2025. Stakeholders can apply to the respective district registration officers and can submit a maximum of 3 observers per constituency. In addition, the Commission is continuing to engage stakeholders such as traditional leaders, political parties, civil society, and faith-based organizations, and the Church, in order to ensure they are adequately informed and able to help raise awareness within their respective communities about the ongoing registration process. The Commission takes cognizance of the active participation of stakeholders and is grateful for their efforts in encouraging eligible citizens to register as voters. Therefore, the Commission calls upon all stakeholders to continue to raise awareness regarding this important national exercise. Together, let us continue to mobilize and encourage eligible Zambians to register as voters so that every voice is counted. The Commission wishes to reiterate that if you registered in 2020 or during the continuous registration of voters and still have your voters' cards, you remain on the register and do not need to register again. I'll repeat this because this has been asked so many times. Should we all go and get a card or not? We wish to reiterate that if you registered in 2020 or during the continuous registration of voters in those 30 districts where there was a continuous registration of voters, and still have your voter's card, if you have your voter's card, remember that you still remain on the register. You are on the register, and therefore you do not need to register again. However, if you have changed location, damaged your voter's card, or you've lost it, as it has happened so often when we've gone out for by-elections, we've noticed that some have changed their location, some have lost their cards. These people are still on the voter's card, but you need to go and update those records that you've changed or to obtain another, but you still remain on that register. This is your opportunity to update your record and obtain a replacement. Further, please note that in order to facilitate access to the voter registration process, or a voter can register at any open registration center. Now, those who are in the mining activities, we know that there are quite a number of people in Mfumbwe, in Northwestern, the artisanal miners. We know that there are quite a number in Muchinga, in Mpika. They're all mining for gold, fortunately. and even Eastern Province or any other area, Southern Province, please, you can go and register as long as you tell them where your polling station is going to be. So you don't have to go to your polling station physically, you can register wherever you are. I now wish to inform the public that inspection of the 2026 provisional register of voters will take place in February 2026 at all registration centers. So as people go and register, I know some people have asked for an audit because they want to see if their names appear there. So in February, after this mass registration exercise, you'll be accorded an opportunity to go and look at that register and confirm that your name appears there and all your details are correct. The inspection exercise will provide an opportunity for every registered voter and citizens to validate the registered voters before its certification, which is scheduled for the 30th of April 2026. I'm too fast with the names. 2026. The Commission reaffirms its commitment to conducting a transparent, inclusive, and credible voter registration process, anchored on professionalism and service to the nation as we prepare for the 2026 general election. I thank you, members of the press, for coming. But before we finish this brief, I'll ask the CEO to help me with the provisional, an update on the provisional statistics that we have. So over to you, CEO.
Chair.